drop in gameplay footage in 3, 2, 1, now. Hello and welcome back to another installment of Pokefodder, and today we're talking Jurassic World Alive because we have a new figure to showcase, and that is not one that's going to be easy to come by. The figure I'm talking about is Dilophoboa. That's right, the new legendary snake in this game. It's a new hybrid, and as soon as I find it, level 17, here it is. Now, the Titanoboa is still extremely difficult to find. From when I'm recording this video, I want to say that we have like 3 more days in order to find it in the wild. Maybe an opportunity this weekend in a strike tower or something. I'm not exactly sure. They keep hinting at it, but I'm not sure if we're going to get the DNA. Or wait, no, you get the DNA from the weekend tournament. That's what they talked about. So there will be more opportunities to get some of this. It's extremely rare to find. I think I had a streak of I found 5 over 2 days, and that was the best that I've done. I haven't seen any in a couple days now. Kind of disappointing there, but as we go into talking about this, you'll find out why it's not really that disappointing. So if we look at Dilophoboa, it is a legendary hybrid of Titanoboa and Dilophosaurus Gen 2. At level 17, where mine is, 2262 is going to be your base health, 709 base attack, and 117 base speed. No armor, 10% crit. It does make Spinoconstrictor, which is going to be the unique hybrid, super hybrid at that, for this particular figure, and that's going to be Spinosaurus Gen 2. No, just Spinosaurus, not Gen 2. So, going back and looking at Dilophoboa here, the moves: pinning strike, 1 times attack. Target cannot swap this turn or the next 2 turns. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and I'll go into that here in just a second as to why. Precise Rampage is a 2 times attack, bypassing cloak and evasive abilities. There's a cooldown of 1. Nullifying impact removes positive effects. It's a 1.5 times attack with a cooldown of 1. Sidestep, which has an amazing animation, is a priority move. Cleanse, 100% chance to dodge 66% of direct damage for 1 turn. I don't know why they can't say dodges 66% of damage. That seems way less wordy than the way they do it, but whatever. Increases speed by 10% for 2 turns. It's immune to distraction, so the damage cannot be reduced. Venomous Counter is a passive move. When surviving direct damage, target is pinned and has damage reduced 50% for 1 turn. And then on escape, evasive strike. This is one of those new moves, and so is Venomous Counter actually. Is a passive. When opponent leaves, gains 75% chance to dodge 66% of damage for 1 turn, and attack times 1. So you get the free attack whenever they swap out. So you're going to do a 1 times attack. They're going to get to swap out anyways, but when they come in, you're going to have a 75% chance to dodge 66% of damage. But yeah, I don't understand the pinning strike and the Venomous Counter pinning your opponent. I guess then they can't leave. But then if they can't leave, I guess if they still try to leave, but they can't leave. I don't know. It seems really awkward there where you're pinning them so they can't leave, which is counterintuitive because you kind of want them to do their escape so that you get the free attack and then the additional dodge. So I'm not exactly sure how all that plays out. What I do know is when I've played with this and against it in friendly battles, it doesn't really hold up very well, which is very disappointing. But I don't want to tell you guys what to think and feel. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump into a campaign mode and do a battle with this, and then you guys can kind of see for yourselves. Okay, I'm in campaign mode, and I've loaded up the 3 snakes that I have, the Dilophoboa, the Titanoboa, and then the Titanoboa Gen 2. And honestly, I feel like Titanoboa Gen 2 might be the second best snake in the game. I think Spinoconstrictor is the best, and then maybe Gen 2. I'm not 100% sold on that, but it is very possible. So what I want to do is just kind of show this thing off a little bit, what it does, what it doesn't do, and then you guys can make your own decisions on whether you want to try to get the resources to go after this particular figure or to level it up and go after the unique. We're going to just open up with Dilophoboa because it's the spotlight figure. And going up against the Dinochirius, what we have here is sidestep is going to increase my speed. So I'm going to go ahead and do the sidestep and try to get the dodge, the speed advantage, maybe. 117, 131, that may not do it. That may not get me high enough. Let's see. There's the Venomous Counter. Now they can't swap. And that's like... Their target, the damage is reduced 50% for one turn, and it didn't make me faster. So, pretty much anything that I do here, we'll just go ahead and drop the Rampage down. There's the Venomous Counter again. So for that aspect, it's nice. You know, as long as your opponent doesn't have immunity to distraction, then it's probably pretty decent. Probably. If it has immunity to distraction, then that's going to be bad. So what you can do is you can go with this sidestep move first and foremost. Even if you're not faster than your opponent, which is going to allow you to not get hit with that big first move. So see, that was half of what it should have been. And then the Venomous Counter is going to distract, right? No, you have the cleanse, and then you have the distract. So it's going to help you survive a little bit longer, potentially. But the animation looks amazing. The sidestep of animation looks really good. And then you just keep going with Rampage. So from this aspect, I'm going against much weaker competition here. But from this aspect of things, like especially against this, it's going to give it a little more survivability against faster figures, is my takeaway from this. If it's just a straight up chomper, you're probably going to struggle a little bit. So we avoid the Venomous Counter. They can't escape out of it. That should allow me to survive. 508, 529, maybe not. Oh, they just went for the strike because they couldn't do the pounce. So now they can't swap, and this is going to be the game. So to me, it looks like it's a nice speed counter. You know, Superiority Strike came out, and that was a good counter to opponents that had speed. But in this particular instance, yes, I was much stronger. But also, it really feels like it's more of a tempo control type figure that you're going to want to use when your opponent's faster and does high damage. You can kind of mitigate a lot of that damage, and if they're not super fast, you can mitigate some of that speed. Maybe use your sidestep to gain the speed advantage and then counter that with a Rampage to get the knockout potentially. I think that's its best utilization. Like I said, against meta figures, doesn't really seem to hold up very well, but that all could just be playstyle as well. I'm sure there are people out there who will be able to utilize that and be amazingly successful with it. So far, I've not found the right kind of build or chemistry. Also, the teams that I'm running are friendlies, and so it kind of makes it a little more difficult as far as that goes. Now, if it is in a tournament format, then it really could shine as long as everything isn't boosted and way overpowered for what this can be in its current state. Anyway, that's all I've got for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, and let me know down in the comments below if you are running Dilophoboa, and let me know how you're liking it and how you best utilize it. That's all I've got for this one. So until next time.